Galactagogues, how to make more breast milk. Everybody wants to know this. What's a galactagogue? We're going to talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to Hump Day Pump Day. It's our third Wednesday in our second series about breastfeeding. I'm with Kendra. She is my good friend, RN, IBCLC. She's breastfeeding a toddler. She's breastfed another baby before. And she's back on my channel because you guys love her. And I love her. And we're drinking coffee on this wonderful Wednesday to help you not give birth boldly this time. Usually it's all about giving birth boldly. Today it's about being strong, powerful milk makers. So on this channel, I believe our bodies are powerful. With the right support, we are unstoppable. I love when Kendra is our right support. She is going to tell us about Galactagogues. What the heck is that?
So Galactagogue is something that you can consume, ingest, whatever you may have it, that is actually going to hopefully increase your milk supply.
Okay. Boost your supply. And we get a ton of questions about this. I think people want quick, easy to edible answers for their breastfeeding woes, when we always say find an expert IBCLC lactation support, but for an easy bite-sized answer, a Galactagogue is what people are asking for. Okay.
I think the biggest thing I see that I wish we could provide more education on prenatally. Someone that has the intention of coming into the hospital breastfeeding their baby, whether it just be in the hospital or after their hospital discharge, they are coming in armed with all kinds of supplements, teas, bars, cookies. You know, there's a lot of myths as to what can help increase your supply. You know, my grandmother from my father's side told me that if I drink this much milk, I'll make this much milk as well, and cow's milk.
That's a lot of milk.
So there's a lot of different things out there that you may hear.
Tell me. I want to know. Tell me below. I've not heard the milk one. So
the milk is a big one. I hear that a lot.
Okay.
But you know, the moms seem to get so frustrated that they're using all these supplies from the minute they give birth and their milk's not in yet. You're not going to have milk for a few days regardless of what you do.
You have colostrum though.
You have colostrum.
Food for your baby.
And that's food for your baby. It's not the same as milk.
Okay.
But if you have a true supply issue, it's something we're not going to see for weeks.
Okay. Okay, so breastfeeding a newborn, that was in our last series. Check that out here. If you missed it, go there now. Breastfeeding a newborn. But milk supply issues happens weeks later. Okay.
Yep. So, you know, if we get to that point and weeks have gone by and baby is not gaining weight appropriately and we feel as if he's not content with feedings, you're not making enough diapers, mom is exclusively pumping and we know that the volume that she's getting is not enough for baby, then we may want to think about introducing those Galactagogues.
Okay.
My favorite place to start before I start to recommend any type of herbal supplement is just simply what you're eating and drinking.
Okay.
Making sure that you're getting proper fluid intake, water specifically. You know, I have people that will chug, I'm terrible about coffee, but I have people that will chug sodas all day long. They're like, well, I'm drinking, but really make sure you're getting that water intake.
Okay.
And then just simply make sure you're getting those 500 extra calories a day is a good place to start. You know, a lot of times moms after having a baby are worried, well, I was 300 during pregnancy and now it's 500 breastfeeding and I feel like I'm never going to lose this weight. And so a lot of times I feel like people are trying to limit calorie intake for that reason. But if you're breastfeeding, you're going to be burning those calories. And you should feel hungry if you're breastfeeding, especially when your milk comes in. You should listen to your body when you feel hungry and feed it when you feel hungry.
Oh, so I felt like I was constantly eating, constantly eating,
Same.
Constantly drinking because I was constantly hungry.
And you should feel thirsty during a nursing or pump session. So listening to those needs and sitting there while you're pumping or feeding and make sure you have something handy close by to drink or snack on. You know, my favorite thing to get, especially with my first baby, before I learned how to multitask a little bit better, was just simple things I could snack with one hand. So string cheese, tubes of yogurt, nuts that come in like a little sleeve that I can just turn up. Anything that's an easy grab, like I don't have time to think about fixing something, but I can grab this and go.
When the baby's hungry, the baby's hungry. You're not like, hold on, I'm going to make a sandwich. Let me heat up my lasagna. M&M's, Cheez-Its. Those were mine.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting your extra calories. Not all those have to be healthy calories.
Well,
if you want
fats,
your extra calories
good
to
fats,
come
so
from partial extra calories to come from a bowl of ice cream, I'm okay with that.
Partial extra. I could eat 500 extra calories in ice cream.
Yeah, probably
Easy.
could too.
I just want people to know that, or reiterate what Kendra said. There are a lot of issues or potential issues with breastfeeding a baby who is not gaining or doesn't look satisfied, or you're not pumping enough milk. There could be many reasons. But if supply is your reason, we're talking about Galactagogues because you guys want to know about them, but we are not diagnosing you with a supply issue.
Yep.
Okay.
The supply issue doesn't mean you have an undersupply. A supply issue could mean you have an oversupply.
Oh, yeah. We got to get to that another time. Oversupply. My friend here had an oversupply. I never had that problem. So I was actually diagnosed with needing to make more milk for a different reason. It was during my son's tongue tie procedure. And so I was working with a very experienced, genius lactation consultant. And she encouraged me to, we talked about the food and we talked about the water intake. We talked about how to know if he's getting too much or too little. But she was looking at his weights from previously and did all of these calculations that I didn't really anticipate. And I was exhausted and not thinking straight. So I'm glad she did that for me. And then she said, increase your supply, and here's what we recommend. What are some that you've just seen that are like some of the faves that you've worked with or that you might recommend if you're one-on-one with someone?
There's a lot of, I don't know about Gatorade. Blue Gatorade.
I wrote Gatorade.
Blue Gatorade is like, I don't know about that one. I can't say yes or no. I have had some people swear by Blue Gatorade. And then there's no proven facts to say that's true, but then you have some people say, yeah, they drink it and they didn't notice a difference. I can't tell you how many people I have come into the hospital and say, I brought Blue Gatorade, or I'm going to send my husband to get Blue Gatorade because I've heard from everybody we should be drinking Blue Gatorade.
Have you heard that?
I don't know if it's true. Honestly, I have no clue.
Okay, so let us know. What do you think about Blue Gatorade? Is that true? We're going to do a research study right now in the comments. Let us know about that. Okay, so Blue Gatorade. But you were just saying work on your food and water intake. Are there foods that, so Gatorade maybe?
Maybe. Oatmeal is my favorite.
Okay.
If you like oatmeal, that's one of the first things I'll recommend.
Okay.
If you like it for breakfast daily, fine. If you like it for a snack, fine. Doesn't mean you eat oatmeal for every meal, but if you can include it once a day extra in your, make it a meal or make it a snack, whatever you want it to be.
Okay.
I typically try to recommend really upping your fats and your proteins in your diet before I start to recommend eating certain foods.
Okay, so
if you can find foods that are high in fat, high in protein, then I would start there. A lot of times, those teas, the cookies, the bars that they make have a lot of herbal supplements, and we can't tell you that they are or aren't safe. So you have to use those at your own risk. Okay. A big one that used to be used very often was fenugreek.
Yeah,
it is still used.
That's the one that makes your skin smell like maple syrup?
Maple syrup, okay. Yep. You feel like you've been eating pancakes all day, every day. So I did use that with my first baby when I went back to work because I noticed a dip in my supply. Because I had oversupply, I thought a dip meant baby was going to starve, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, that's
looking back, I shouldn't have done that because it didn't help my problem. Hindsight is always 20/20, but I'll know next time around. Yeah, exactly. We actually don't recommend that one too often anymore. I don't personally. There's been some GI issues reported with baby and mom. And another thing that has also been shown to cause is hypoglycemia. Definitely in the mother, which I'm already hypoglycemic. So I did notice when I was using it, my sugar was dropping much quicker, aside from just the breastfeeding alone. And
so you feel sluggish and yuck and tired, not mentally sharp.
Sweaty, shaky, weak. I felt like I needed to eat immediately as soon as it hit me. And so then in turn, we worry if it's going to affect baby in the same way as well. Blessed Thistle is another one that I've used, but in a tea before, around the same time that I was using the fenugreek. I've had people that have had really good success with it. I, again, didn't take it long and notice a huge difference because of the taste of the tea. I just wasn't a fan of it. But you can buy it and you can add it to things. So the fenugreek I was taking in capsules. You can do the same thing with the Blessed Thistle. My favorite thing to recommend if you've already tried the fluids, your diet, the oats that you're getting in, is finding one of your favorite cookie bars, brownie bars, whatever. Make a sweet treat for yourself, but adding brewer's yeast.
Yeah. I'm super sensitive to brewer's yeast, come to find out. So brewer's yeast is a type of yeast. I found it in a make your own beer store. I forget what that's called, but I had to like travel. But it's way more popular in like herbal natural food stores now. So it's pretty easy to find. It's a powder and you add it and cook with it. Okay.
And it's similar to, you know, some people will say, oh, well, if you consume alcohol, you may notice this. Some people say, well, I drank a beer and I noticed a huge increase in my supply overnight. Same thing. It's that brewer's, the yeast.
You can't drink beer all throughout the day.
No. Yeah. You can drink beer all throughout the day. So I would encourage you to get your yeast through the brewer's yeast, to add it to a favorite snack or sweet treat, whatever it be, cookie, bar, something, because then it's a treat for mom too.
I was able to freeze some of the cookie dough and then first baby, right? So I like made the cookie dough, made some of the cookies. My husband was like, am I going to make milk? And then I made I made the cookie dough into balls and froze the balls, put them in a bag, put them in my freezer and ate
the cookie dough. That's an awesome idea.
So don't eat raw cookie dough because everyone says don't eat raw cookie dough. But I knew where my eggs had come from. They were fresh farm eggs and they were fresh and I wanted to. So I would eat a big ball and it was more effective than the cooked, than the baked form. Yeah. And then,
that's awesome.
For some people, it doesn't work like that. But I was like, any chance to eat raw cookie dough? Like, I love making milk.
And you had mentioned earlier something about smoothies. All of these you could add to smoothies.
Yeah.
So then you get that same effect. If you don't respond well to a cooked recipe, then add it to something that you can drink. You
can add it to overnight oats, like the night before, or your partner can just make you like 5 overnight. This is, I know, like you've really made it if your partner's making you 5 jars of overnight oats one time and just put them in the fridge.
You've met the right person.
You've met the right person.
Don't ever leave.
Pour some brewer's yeast in there. Put your oats in there. You can do some protein powder or like flaxseed. You can put good fat in there. You can put coconut oil in there. Avocado oil or avocado in there. You can pack smoothies or overnight oats with a bunch of stuff that's helpful. I was doing smoothies with like almond milk, spinach. I wasn't getting enough vegetables, so I'd like put kale and spinach in there. Some full fat yogurt. Some extra probiotics. I was like guzzling the smoothies because I didn't like the taste of the tea. And you have to drink a lot of it. And the supplements, if you've ever supplemented or heard about it, you have to take like 4 at a time, like 4 times a day.
And they're expensive too.
They're convenient though, so it's nice to have bars. I have a bar in my bag. All right, so those are your faves, right? Those are your faves that like hit my whole list pretty much. I really like the like more food wise, like start easy and go to more difficult because you don't need more stress in your life. So you might notice a difference within minutes, or do you have to wait like weeks?
It's going to take at least days, potentially weeks.
Okay, days or weeks. So just keep it up. Okay, cool. And then come back and let us know what works for you, what didn't work for you. We'd love to hear about it. If you have missed our Breastfeeding Real Talk, hit that right here. We talk about how to feed a newborn, how to stop doing things that might be
hurt your milk supply,
affecting your milk supply in a bad way. Check this video out next, and we will see you next week. Bye,
Bye.
guys.
See ya.